Are you looking to fix your posture? Oftentimes it is either inflexibility or lack of strength. This workout is for you for advanced mobility and strength to help you with your posture. We're going to start out with wall W's. For wall W's, you want your back flat against the wall. I'm going to scoot my feet about 6 inches to a foot's length away from the wall. I know you can't see my feet, but just trust me. That way I can get my belly button pressed flat against that wall. What I'm going to do next is bring my hands up. You may not be able to tell in the video, but I have some space between my hands and my elbows right now. It's just because this is the first part of the workout and my arms aren't really warmed up to this motion. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly go up and down with my shoulders. I can already feel crackling and popping. And I'm going to be just chiming up and down with those arms. And now I'm touching the wall with my hands and my elbows. The goal here is to keep the back as flat against that wall as possible and the shoulders down. If you have really flexible shoulders, you might be able to get up really high and down really low. But as you work here, big focus is making sure those hands and elbows are either equal distances from the wall or both touching the wall. What you want to avoid is the hands falling forward like this as you're doing this. If anything, the elbows should be a little bit more forward than the hands. Goal being everything touching the wall. Breathing as you go, really trying to keep those ribs in place, pulling those shoulders down. And as you go up with the hands and as you go down with the hands. The key here is getting the lats to stay engaged as you work those back muscles. We'll do a couple more. And done. And like I said, key with that one is making sure you keep everything flat against the wall as you work up and down with the arms. We'll be doing each exercise for about a minute. The next exercise we're doing are arm circles. Now, arm circles can feel like a super basic move, but you do want to focus on the form as you do them. So hands are going to go up. I'm going to have my palms forward to start. Again, thinking shoulders back and down, core is engaged. And I'm just going to do small rotations backwards, making sure the chest stays neutral and the shoulders are staying down and back. As you're here, a lot of times what will happen is the shoulders might want to start moving, but we want to try to keep those shoulders pinned down, make sure those lats are being engaged. This is there's some equipment, but it's stuff you have at home. But this is a body weight or no equipment back and shoulder workout. As you're going through, if you feel that the shoulders are staying down, you can turn the palms up. That's going to make those lats engage and rhomboids engage even more. Keeping the shoulders or hands going back as you're going. Sometimes what will happen is we'll only go kind of forward in our motion, but you want to make sure those arms are going behind you as well. So you're really keeping those shoulders pinned down, forcing those mid traps to engage. Just a few more. And done. You can do all these exercises 2 or 3 times if you want to get a little bit more of a workout in there. If you do this video once, you'll still be feeling a burn. Next ones we're going to do are called ER to press, or external rotation to press. These can be done with a band, but I know everyone out there has a shirt. Put your hands in your shirt as if you're about to put it on, and you're going to think elbows in, hands out. And then you're just going up and down just like this. As I'm in this position, I'm trying to keep those shoulders down as I work my hands up. So chest out, shoulders engaged, going up and then back down. There are a couple ways that you could do this. Some people will do it going like this. But if we go here and pressing up like this, it'll be a little bit easier to focus on keeping those shoulders down because there's less movement on different planes of motion. If you're doing this one right, your shoulders will really heat up. I'm already feeling it. Breathing, making sure as you go, your ribs aren't starting to flare out too much. Little flare is fine, but you want to make sure you're really thinking, locking those lats in place, pressing up. So as those hands go up, you should feel the shoulders coming down, or at least engaging more. As arms come down, you're just thinking, keep those shoulders back and down. Elbows pinched in, hands turning out. Keeping about a box shape between where the wrists are and the elbows are. Breathing, trying to keep everything as engaged as possible. Remembering posture over everything here. And done. I think that was about a minute. I lost track of that time, won't lie to you. Next one we're gonna do are door internal rotation presses. For this one, having a rag will help you keep that arm pinched in. Now this will be similar to the shoulder internal rotation or external rotation stretch if you watch that video. But for this one here, you want to think palm into that doorway, standing up tall. My feet are slightly apart to help me stay anchored in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push into that doorway while keeping my elbow pinched. Shoulder's going to want to roll forward and cave in like that. Just try to keep the chest up, keep everything as squared as possible. And you're going to press in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we're only relaxing for a couple of seconds. Make sure the posture is in check, pressing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, we always want to make sure shoulders are staying down, engaged, core is engaged. There's a fly. Pressing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And as you relax, don't relax really quick. Sometimes that can bring a little tweakiness in there. Pressing into the wall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Each time just checking in with that posture. Sometimes the more you go, we can get in this rhythm pressing in, and the rhythm is going to be sometimes of just rounding out that back and caving in it just a touch. And relax. And we'll go for one more. So checking that posture, core engaged, pressing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Then we'll go to the other side, obviously. Hand's gonna be against that wall, roughly 90 degrees in the elbow, roughly 90 degrees between your arm and the doorway. Checking that posture. I'm heading square onto this wall. If you were in a doorway, it'd be square onto the doorpost, whatever it is. And I'm gonna press into the wall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you should feel your core engage as well. That's gonna keep you from torquing to the side. Pressing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, checking with that posture. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm actually shaking as I do this because I'm putting a good amount of pressure in there. And pressing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And pressing in, breathing as you push in. Try not to hold your breath, and relax. Feel my elbow wanting to crack. And pressing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping everything as neutral as possible, checking that shoulder, down and back with the shoulder, chest up while the core is engaged, pressing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. If those exercises helped you so far, hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment. It really does help grow. The YouTube algorithm is still a real thing, unfortunately, especially for small channels like me. My name is Michael. I'm a health coach. I've been a coach for about a decade, and these videos are to help you get in shape, meeting you right where you are so that you can be the most optimal you can, so that you are able to go through life as content and happy as you can be, being there for your loved ones, doing the things that you enjoy. If you're looking for a community to be a part of, click the link in the description below. It's full of people who are looking for a longevity-focused life for health and happiness. This next one's going to be shoulder cars. This is really good for shoulder mobility and strengthening. Bear with me, this is a little bit more of a complicated one, but it's super good, beneficial, one I recommend doing more than just, during this kind of workout. The way we're going to set up, just like any of the others, you're going to have your hips and everything squared up. Hand is going to be palm facing forward in front of your body, thinking shoulder back and down the whole time. To start the move, I'm going to think go up across my body, keeping my palm facing towards the ceiling. Lifting up, palm is going to face backwards, shoulder staying down, chest staying squared. As I get to the peak of how high I can reach, that's when the hand is going to start, I can feel my back engaging. So when the hand's going to start facing forward, as I start to bring it down, my body's wanting to turn, so I'm pushing it towards the other direction, squeezing those shoulder blades together as I start to aim that hand down to the floor. And then as I come back around, I'm rotating my hand inward and then back behind me as I then face it away from me as I come back into the front of the body. Then we reset by turning the palm forward, thinking hand across and up. So like this, shoulders staying down as much as possible, reaching up to that ceiling while the palm stays down, shoulders staying down, palm facing behind you, reaching back, squaring up the chest, hands gonna start facing forward, squeezing those shoulder blades together while the shoulders are staying down. I can feel my neck craning, so I'm gonna neutral, my head neutral. Hands gonna start facing down as I bring it behind me. Hand faces in as it comes to my side, and then starts turning around so it faces out. And again, so you can see that, last one, palm facing forward, across my body, lifting it up, shoulders staying back and down. Trying to keep my core engaged, reaching up to the ceiling as my hand faces back. Once I hit that wall where I can't go further, I really squeeze those shoulder blades together as I bring it around. And then as I go around, I'm thinking palm face forward. Palm starts to face down as I squeeze those shoulder blades, try to keep everything neutral in my neck and shoulders. Palm faces in across my back, and then I turn it out as it comes back to the front. Go to the other side now. Whew. You might feel tingling. Try not to push it too far so that you get any aches and pains, or I won't say aches and pains, but you don't want to get too much of that tingling build up if it's a nerve thing. So this is where you kind of discover where your limits of mobility are in an exercise like this. Other side, palms gonna face forward, across the body. Remembering to keep that shoulder back and down as much as you can. Comes up above the head. And you might notice that your arms will be different as far as how much the range of motion that they have. Palm faces forward as you come behind. Start to turn that hand around as you come back. As you can see, this arm is a lot less mobile. This one has a chronic injury. Palm comes up as it goes across your back, and then hand comes out to the outside as you come back to the front. I used to be a gymnastics coach. Palm face forward, up across your body. And from spotting, this arm got a lot of overuse. So I like doing things like this. It helps keep everything moving properly. Hand goes as high as you can. Once you get as high as you can, start to turn that palm to the front and then back down, keeping everything as neutral as possible, pinching those shoulder blades together. Palm starts to face towards the inside of your body line. Hand starts to face up. As you then cross your back, squeezing those shoulder blades, palm faces out as you come back to the front. Last one, palm faces front, crosses your center line, bringing it up and around, keeping the shoulder blades back and down, keeping that arm as taut as you can, meaning straight, while having the shoulder engaged. Hand hits, or shoulder hits that wall, so you start to get that hand to turn to the front, squeezing the core, palm faces forward, really engaging those back muscles, keeping the head neutral, squeezing the shoulders together, palm faces down, and then I start to turn my palm to the inside line. As I squeeze those shoulder blades, palm faces back, and then starts to turn out as I come back to the front. Now that's one that you could do every day, every other day, if you have real big shoulder mobility issues. To help build up the strength and mobility, you can do it more than just this exercise. It's one of my favorite things to do for the shoulders. Next one, we're gonna do alternating shoulder circles, but we're gonna go bigger and forward and backwards. So we'll start with our hands by our side, palms facing forward. And this is good to pair with those shoulder cars because now our shoulders are really warmed up. And we're gonna go really big with those circles. Really trying to think shoulders down and back as you go. You might notice my shoulders lifting a little bit. Don't have to worry about keeping them super pinned down. As far as if there's a little lift, you just want to make sure we're not going super shrugged up. So think shoulders down as you go around, and then we'll go forward. Trying to keep the shoulders down as best as you can, keeping the palms facing forward as best as you can. Might feel some creaking and cracking, and then we'll go back in the other direction. Home stretch. We got one more after this. Next one is going to be a super valuable one I learned while I was in a PT, as I was a PT tech. We'll go a few more to the front. And this is just kind of a good mid-break, not cool down, but a little bit of a break in between the more active ones we're doing. Last one, the shoulder car, was the most active, going backwards, or I guess one of the most active, and the next one is probably the second most, if not the most active. Make sure those arms are staying as straight as possible, chest staying neutral, keeping the head neutral. We want to make sure we're not craning our neck out forward. And relax. Last one will be down on the floor, called skydivers to press.
Hopefully he doesn't get in front of the camera like he usually does and just blocks everything. But like always, if we're going face down, we want to try to keep the head as neutral as possible. So I have this towel here to put under my forehead, just like that. Sorry if my voice starts to get a little low. I'm going to do my best to speak up as loud as possible. So the position for this is going to be similar to the wall W's, except laying down on our stomach. So head down, neutral, lifting, so shoulders. You know what, I'm gonna have my head turned to the side, you stay neutral. So we're gonna have our shoulders pinched back and together, lift the hands up, then lift the elbows up, and then from here, we're gonna bring those elbows down, and then elbows up. So the whole time here, we want to keep those hands as high, if not higher than the elbows, if possible. As we're doing this, you should feel those shoulders, the back of the shoulders really start to light up, and the mid-back. When you're here, you should think shoulders down, so only go as high as you can with the shoulders staying down. I'll show you a few with my head down. So just like this, thinking shoulders staying towards my hips while they're up in the air, and then pinching down with those elbows. Trying to keep those arms parallel the whole time as I go up and down. You might be shaking as you do this, as that brain's trying to figure out how to keep everything as stable as possible. About 10 more seconds. My brain to breathe. And last one right here, keeping those hands up high, and then back down. And done. If you enjoyed that workout and are looking for some mobility exercises, click this link over here. If you're looking for some stretches, click this link over here. I'll see you in the next one. If you have any recommendations on what you'd like to see, drop a comment. Thanks for joining.